Taking a look here at the FIDF marketing, perhaps you can call it honesty now, or lack of dishonesty, perhaps, based on how everything's gone. So yesterday was a historic moment for FIDF. They sent out an email from National Director Nadav Padan, which I will just pull up here, but it's interesting because it very closely resembles what just about everyone was asking them to do in the first months of the war, which is to be honest about what they're actually doing. So there's something that has to be directly addressed. It says, our commitments, FIDF funds direct requests from the Association for Israel's AFIS on behalf of the IDF and the Israeli Ministry of Defense for the health, well-being, and education needs of its soldiers, veterans, and family members by both U.S. and Israeli laws. FIDF cannot in any way sponsor military equipment of any kind or assist with military activity. So I'm not going to get into the U.S. or Israeli laws. I encourage everyone to check out my Substack where I covered Spirit of America and what they do. In short, it's possible to help with non-lethal equipment. FIDF chooses not to, but I want to contrast this, particularly the aspect that says military equipment. FIDF cannot in any way sponsor military equipment of any kind or assist with military activity. Now, this is what Nadav Padan says. So now let's take a look at what they actually were marketing. We go here. All right, let's reset that. Okay, notice there's a gun in the first two slides there. Okay, so there's a weapon in those first two slides, just to be very clear about what's being marketed as happening. Quite telling there. Okay. FIDF is with them on the battlefield. But I thought that they can't help with military activity. That's what they just said. They just said they can't help with military activity. FIDF is with them on the battlefield. Do we see here how dishonest this is? And how the marketing is manipulative? Can we at least acknowledge it? Just call it for what it is. I mean, look, the fake argument that Rabbi Weil has is about people saying that we shouldn't help with less important needs. And that's, nobody has said that. People are just saying, stop lying about what you're actually doing. And right here, it says FIDF is with them on the battlefield. And then, 19, 20 months later, they say, oh, this is misinformation to claim that we're misleading people and we cannot in any way sponsor military equipment of any kind or assist with military activity. So if you say that you can't assist with military activity, that would take away your frontline impact claim, which is essential to what FIDF has been claiming and why people are so upset with them not really telling the truth. So that's really what's going on. Oh, there's even shooting in this clip. They're firing weapons. What do you think FIDF does if you're just watching this video? Medical supplies. So I thought we can't help with military activity. So how are they defining military activity? There are so many ways to help. There's so many people that need help. Why is it FIDF's job to get a Torah? I'm not sure, but okay. You have a woman looking down with a scope is with them beyond the battlefield. Okay. Okay, unit adoption, that's come out to something like $21 a unit based on FIDF's own 990 for 2023. I'm not sure why an impact scholarship would be involved in the emergency fund, but again, no one's against going to college or getting an education. Bereaved family care, I really want to know what bereaved family care looks like when you talk about FIDF. This is someone in uniform going to talk to someone. Again, not sure what that is, but I'm all for it. Just show the receipts. What, like, everyone here is in uniform, front lines. Please just take a look at the marketing and see how this is misleading. So for the FIDF crew that doesn't understand, that's the part that people were saying was dishonest. Now you finally kind of go into it when you talk about it on with what Nadav sent, but that was generally what the issue was. So for all of these things, it was really just quite sad because it really could have been dealt with quite easily if the leadership had actually listened. But unfortunately, they were more interested and busy gaslighting soldiers and misleading people and spreading misinformation. So this is just a little bit of why people are upset with FIDF's conduct and a peek behind the lid about what's going on. And again, it's largely just sad because it very easily could have been avoided. I'm not talking about the internal politics about does Steve hate Nadav? Does Nadav hate Steve? What's going back and forth? I can't speak to that. But I'm talking about basic problems with marketing, saying the most critical needs directly on the front lines, all those things. If FIDF had actually been open and willing to actually listening to people and telling nothing but the truth, it'd be a very, very different situation for the